Hi, today I'm here to show you how to use Flipgrid with your students, and I'm going to focus on using it for our Spirit Week, which is going to lead up to our Field Week, and Flipgrid will be utilized for both of those weeks. I will also show you how you can create your own grids and use it in your classroom as well. So the first thing you want to do is go to flipgrid.com. And if you already have an account or you've ever logged in to explore Flipgrid, you would just use the educator login button or link over here. Otherwise, you're going to click on the educator sign up button in the upper right-hand corner. And you're going to sign in using your Google login right here. So make sure you click on the Google login button. And then you will have a chance to select your school email address. Make sure it's the one that ends in at flboe.com. And give it a moment and you'll be brought into your Flipgrid dashboard. So you'll see I have a ton of different grids here. You probably will only have one, and then possibly if you've been made a co-pilot already, for our Field Week and our Spirit Week, you might have an additional 10 grids that you'll be viewing at one time. For depending on which school you're in, you'll have at least 10 grids plus one sample grid that Flipgrid gives to everybody as well. So let me explain to you a little bit about what Flipgrid is. So a grid is basically for your classroom or your learning community. There is no limit on grids, and Flipgrid gives a nice getting started guide right here, and they give a lot of help that you can get outside of what I'm showing you on this video. So I will also link when I send out the video to some other support materials. Feel free to check them out. I'm not going to be able to go over everything. I mean, there's some neat things that you can do in the disco library. There's this other feature called shorts and mixtapes. We're probably not going to get into this area today. We're going to focus on creating grids and accessing grids and kind of using the grids to tally numbers for our Spirit Week as well as our Field Week. So that will be our primary focus today. So right here, you'll see that you have an add new grid. I'm just going to show you how a grid is created and what you might want to use a grid for. So let's start with that. If you were creating a grid for the first time, you would click add new grid and you would have to name your grid. And a good way to name your grid could be according to your periods, or it could be according to your subjects. It depends on how your particular schedule is organized. I know in the middle school, we use it in language arts and foreign language, and we usually organize according to periods. So I already did a period 1, so I'm going to do a period 2, and I'm going to name mine media and just call it period 2 media. And then down here, you select a grid type, and all of us at the intermediate and middle school will select school email. This is how students would join. It's the easiest way, since all students as well as staff have a Google school email, and they would simply sign in using their Google school email, and that would automatically take them to their Flipgrid dashboard, and they would be able to enter educator codes. Students do not have to create an account though. They can simply log in. They can simply click on a link, and I'll show you how the link is generated, and it'll ask them to log in with their school email, and they'll be taken right into the grid or the topic that they've been invited to participate in by you, the teacher. So once you select school email, scroll down a little bit more and right down here, students use this code to join your grid. So Flipgrid will automatically generate a code, but you do have the availability to customize the code if you would like. So in this case, if I would like to customize and I erase, it'll start typing. I can say LFCMSP1 might be a code that I can use, and you can see right down here it says available. LFC media, and then P2. That's what I'm going to do because it's period 2. So LFC, Lewis F. Cole, media, period 2, and it's available. If it were not available, it would say not available down there, and you would have to choose a different name for it. They are unique. And then once you're finished naming your grid, you would click next. And then now you need to make sure that the school email is listed here. If it is blank, you are going to need to type in at FLBOE flipgrid.com. This is called our domain, and this blue box will pop up. It says press enter to add domain. So if you push your enter key, it will add it. This is going to tell Flipgrid that anybody that logs in using or tries to access a grid, if they have this at flboe.com at the end of their email address, they will be able to log in and join the grid and participate in that grid. So it's important that this is included. When you're finished, click next, and then right away your grid is ready. So that's a very easy way to create a grid. We've created a grid for a period. There's really not much in the grid. I'll show you what it looks like. They give you a little bit. Right here is the grid link. If you want to share it, you can just copy that and then paste it in a Google Classroom announcement, or they make it really easy by just clicking on the Share to Google Classroom icon, and you would come over here and select your classroom once the classes load. Choose your class. I'm going to use my sample class. And what would you like to do? Do you want to create an assignment that students have to complete? Do you want to make an announcement, material? I like to use Flipgrid and use it as an announcement or an assignment. In this case, I'm going to do an announcement, just announcing our new grid that I've created, and then I'm going to click go. And then right here, I'm going to say, welcome to our new Flipgrid. Please click the link below to say hi to your grid mates. And then you'll see that special code, the LFC Media P2 is down here. And there's my class, and then I have it selected for all of my students. You still have the option to schedule your post or save it as a draft. I'm going to post it immediately. And what's nice, as soon as it posts, it says view right here so I can see what it looks like in my classroom. So now I'll show you kind of what it looks like from the student side. Students would get an announcement looking just like this. And I think I am logged in as a student, or almost logged in as a student over here. So let me log in so you can see it from the student side. If I go to the classroom and click it, and right here you'll see, welcome to our new Flipgrid. Please click the link below to say hi to your grid mates. So I, as the student, can log in, click, and it's going to ask the student to log in with their Google account. So they will click on the login with Google icon. They will select their school email address and log in successful. So now this is from the student's point of view. You can see that I'm the teacher. My name pops up here so they know they're a part of my grid. That's the student's name, appears in the upper right-hand corner. They can log out up here. Here's the grid code. They know they're in the correct grid. And this is the main grid for our main class, for the class. All students would see this. They get a welcome kind of grid. In this case, it says tap the green plus sign below to open the Flipgrid camera, then record a short video and say hello and share a fun fact about yourself. So students, from the student's point of view, they would come down here. They would click on the plus sign. It's going to ask them to access their camera. They would have to say allow. And in a moment, the camera will be accessed. And then I've given them 1:30 seconds. That's the standard to record their video. And they would simply come down here. If they would like, they can use stickers right away before they start recording. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to cover my face. And this is what's nice about Flipgrid. They don't have to show their face if they don't want to. They can do a recording without revealing anything. That's good for the shy kids. And they have some other options here. They can add some text in colors and say things like, hi, everyone. And they can move that text around. Make sure I'm clicking on the text. There we go. And move that down, and you'll see that it had all the different colors. Over here, there are some filters that they can use as well, kind of similar, like when they're on their camera or their Instagram, they can do kind of these crazy filters. which is kind of neat. A lot of kids like this one because it kind of digitizes them and you can't really see their face, so they like that one. Black and white, whatever it might be, okay? And then what else do they have? They can draw, select the color of what they want to draw with, and then they can just start kind of scribbling right on there if they'd like. They can go to a whiteboard and do something on a whiteboard to demonstrate something. And then let's click on that just so you can see the whiteboard. And then, oh no, that's the background color. Let's see, here it is, whiteboard. I think it was whiteboard. Okay, they can come over here and not even do that and just kind of do like a drawing over here. If they were demonstrating something, or plus, whatever it is, 1, okay? And then they can go back away from the board. Right here, clear the board, get out of that. And then they can also do a photo sticker, a custom sticker, drop an image or click a file to upload. So if they wanted to go to Google and get their own photo of something instead of using the little stickers that they have there, they could simply go and save a picture and then upload it here and put that in front of their face or on the side of their face. What else can they do from this view? This is all before they even start recording, which is kind of neat. They can add a sticky note. And this would come in handy if you had them presenting about maybe a particular person and they wanted to include other information about the person. This also helps when they're trying to do the recording. The sticky note, I don't believe, gets recorded. You can't see it in the recording. So if they paste in a script, they can bring up the sticky note and then they can be reading the script while looking at the camera. And this kind of makes it more authentic so that they're not looking down at their notes. That's what the sticky note is used for in most cases. And then over here, they can show if there was a topic. So the topic is the directions. And the topic for this one, if we bring it up, was hola, hello, say hello on Flipgrid. This reminds them of what they were supposed to do in their recording. And I'll show you how to create your own topics inside of your grids in a moment. I just wanted to give you an overview here. So once they get everything ready to go, they would come down here. And let's see what this is. These are your video options. So screen recording, that's a new where they can record and kind of demonstrate something on a screen. Right now we're in the video clip, import a video from the computer. We can do that if they've created a video somewhere else on their computer and they want to upload it. And then audio, record your video with audio. The audio is on right now, so we're just going to leave it like that. And then over here, this is the upload button where they can upload their video. This is where they would upload it. It needs to be a .mov or a .mp4, either one of those, or a WebM video. So we were in upload, so we would want to go back, hit the back, and that will bring us back. So once we have all of our settings ready to go, then we are ready to click on the record button, and it will count down. Hi, my name is Mrs. Swan, and I'm a media specialist at the middle school. And I really enjoy reading, obviously, since I do like to read, but I even like technology even more. And that's why I became a media specialist. I used to be an English teacher and focus on reading and writing. And then I fell in love with all things new and technology. So I went to the library. I went back to school and became a media specialist librarian so that I could combine my love of both reading and technology. And then when you're done, you hit the stop right there, the pause button. And if you don't like the video, if the student doesn't like the video, they can click redo. And then next, this is where they can preview the video. Hi, my name is Mrs. Swan, and I'm a media specialist at the middle school. And I really enjoy reading, obviously, since I do like to read, but I even like technology even more, and that's why I became. So at this point, if they wanted to, they could click add more and add more to the video, and that would take them back to that video mode, or they could click next. They can download the video as well. You'll see here, it'll download it for them. They could still add, they can go back and look at the topic and make sure they covered everything, and then click on next. And then this is the part where they have to create a selfie. And this is going to be what the main picture is in the grid, how it will appear in the grid. And they can either take a picture of themselves, or once again, they can put the stickers on themselves. They can upload a picture. They have a bunch of different options here using a photo sticker right here. If they click here, select a frame for your selfie, they can import an image. They do not have to show their face. So if they did some kind of a project and you had them and you wanted them to share it, they could simply take a picture of it and import that image, or they could hold up their project like this and hold it up to the camera. So if it were a drawing or something, this is just a basic email. Let me get something else here, maybe with a picture on it. There we go. This way. Okay, let's say that was their artwork and they were going to share that. They would just hold that up to the camera, and then they would hit the little camera icon and it snaps that selfie right there. And then they still have the option to add the stickers and the filters and kind of play around with the picture and move it around. And once they're satisfied, they would click next. And then right here, display name, how they want their name displayed. I recommend you tell them to use their first name, last initial, works a lot. So I'm just going to leave this as Louis C. That's pretty much how we do most of them. And then create a title. I'll just call this NJSL picture. And if they need some kind of a link, they're not going to need a link. So it would just be that. And then finally, they would hit submit video, and then congratulations, that video is done. They would hit complete and they are done. It will appear in the grid, and they may have to refresh, but you'll see right down here, here it is. Now, this is if your grid, Flipgrid, when they give you this opening kind of say hello on Flipgrid, the settings in that particular grid allow students to submit a video without a teacher having to approve that video. If you, however, want to be able to moderate your videos, I'm going to show you how to change the settings. So that essentially is going to be creating a topic. So let me go back just to explain a little bit of the difference between a topic and a grid. So if we go back to our teacher homepage, and we have all of our grids, and right here you can see we have our period to media. So the grids are the larger kind of topic, in other words. So this is my periods. I usually do that by period, and then I can put topics underneath my grids depending on what I'm teaching or what I'm trying to get the students to react to. So if I click on my grid, and then you'll see here I have one topic, and this topic is what Flipgrid gave to me, the say hello topic. And if I come over here under the pencil, I can edit my topic. So let's take a look at some of the things that are in a topic, and then we'll create a topic from scratch. So there's a title, and right over here is a prompt, which are the directions for the topic, which we saw when we were creating the video. We were able to bring up the directions for the topic. So it's important that you explain exactly what you want the students to do here, so that when they're doing the video and they bring up the directions, they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Down here is where you can modify the recording time. The default is 1.5 minutes. If you click, you can go down to as few as 15 seconds, all the way up to 10 minutes. Over here is where the video moderation is. If it is moderated, videos are hidden from students until you activate them. So right here with this little slide, the slide is off right now. It is not a moderated video. So I'm going to turn it on, and I'll record a video on the student side so you can see what it looks like and how you moderate that video and add it so that it can be seen if it's an appropriate video. So we'll slide that over. Down here is the focus, and add a media resource to engage your students. This is kind of a fun thing. This is going to be the picture that they'll see on the main, on the topic. And if, let's see here, let's delete the focus, and then we'll re-add it. So focus, add a media resource. You have all of these options to add a focus. It could be a NewsELA article, a Nearpod, a Kahoot kind of game. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. You can record a video. The simplest thing is to just upload an image or add a Giphy or an emoji. The Giphies are those little moving pictures, and you can search by keyword. So if I type hello and hit next, you'll get all of these kind of little moving picture icons. And that was the one that they gave us. Maybe we'll choose this one because we like this one better. So feel free. Here's one that says, hey. I like the little heart too. So we'll do that one. And then hit select. And that becomes the main focus, kind of the little picture that identifies this particular topic. And then when you come down here, if there's a tip, add a tip to kind of focus them in and give them some direction. That's optional. You do not have to add a tip. And then any attachments that you would need. If there's a link that you would like to attach and have them go to help them with the topic and help them do the video or upload their information, and you would give an attachment, and you can attach multiple items down here. And then right down here is your status. So is this topic active, frozen, or hidden? So active would mean it's open and it's accepting responses. Frozen, it's not accepting responses right now. And hidden means nobody can see or find it. So for example, we would probably do all of our topics for Spirit Week, or probably for Spirit Week and Field Week, as hidden, and only unhide them and make them active each day, so that when a student goes into a grid, they don't see all of the topics at once. They only see the topics as they've been unhidden each day. So that would kind of, give them some excitement. Maybe not so much for Spirit Week because we want to give them a heads up on it, but if we don't want them posting ahead of time into a different topic on a different day, so let's say it's Monday and they're supposed to be posting on the Monday topic, we wouldn't want them posting on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday until those days. So we would probably make the topics hidden and then unhide them each day. So that's a feature that you have. I'm going to leave this active. And then the launch free and freeze dates right here. So rather than even doing that, what you could do, instead of making it hidden and then having to come in here, you could have it automatically launch on a specific day. So in the case of the field day or the Spirit Week, I know that topic 1 is going to happen on June 2nd and topic 2 on the 3rd, and so on and so forth. So we could set it up so that it opens up on a certain day, and you also have a day to do an expiration. When does it start? When does it stop? Are you going to end it on another day, which would probably be midnight of the other day? So that would be good. Make sure your time zone is correct right now. Let's see, we are set to Central. So we would want to update that, I didn't realize that, to Eastern time, so that it would be okay for our students. And we come down to the bottom and click on Update Grid there. So let me go back in here so I can kind of show you what I was doing. We were editing the grid. Okay, and we were down here, attachments, topic status, and now we're down here to the videos. So are you going to allow students to add filters, stickers, drawings, all of these things, selfies and videos? Are they able to do that only to their selfies, only to their videos, or nothing? They're not going to have access. I would leave it to both the selfies and the videos. Students will be less apprehensive. Can students create a title for their video, add hashtags? I would leave that on. Display the number of views a video has received. You might want to turn this off if you don't want any students to feel like they have no views. Then you don't have to worry about that. You wouldn't want a student maybe to think like, oh, nobody watched my video, or too many people are watching my video, and that could make a student feel bad. So that's something you have to make your own judgment about. Sticky notes, allow students to add sticky notes while they're recording. Remember, we talked about that, how that helps them with the recording so they can talk into the camera. Video editing, students can trim and rearrange their video clips if you want them to do that. Leave that on. I think that's a good feature. If they can include an external link with their video, for example, like in a Google Doc or something like that, I would recommend that you leave that on, because many students, if they're doing some kind of drawing as opposed to instead of doing an actual video of themselves, they may have created something and they may want to link to that creation outside of Flipgrid. And then the likes, I usually leave that off because that might make a student feel bad, but you can turn it on if you would like. And are you going to allow student-to-student replies to reply to the video to another, reply via video to another student? So a student creates a video and then another student can reply. This works really well like in a foreign language class where you can have kind of like a virtual conversation between students or amongst students. One student posts a video asking a question, and a partner, so to speak, maybe like a language partner, responds to their question in that same foreign language. So in that case, you would want to keep that slide to green. I'm going to turn that off for now. And then over here has to do with you and the kinds of feedback you want to be able to give students, because you can actually grade and use like a rubric and create a rubric, and you can get really, if you go into the custom feedback over here, you can really get detailed. The basic feedback, it gives you a little bit, like you're going to talk about the ideas and the performance. You can uncheck from basic if you want under custom. Pronunciation, that would be good for a foreign language. You can add your own criteria here. You can edit this. The basic feedback is fine. And once all is done, then you would hit update topic. And that's how you would update the topic kind of details that they gave you on the Say Hello on Flipgrid. If you're creating your own topic, I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But first, let me show you what a moderated post looks like now that we changed that particular feature inside the topic. Remember, we wanted to do, and I think I had gone out, video moderation. So now our videos are going to be moderated. So we're going to follow the same steps and go on as a student over here. Right now we only have the one video, and you can see now this plus sign has the word moderated underneath it. So the student does know that the video is also being moderated by the teacher. Click on the plus sign and wait for the camera to load. And real quickly, we'll do a nice quick video. Counts down. This is just a quick test of the video. And then we'll hit next. And this is just a quick test of the, and we'll do this screen. We'll snap our selfie. And then we'll hit next again. And we'll title this as our test video for moderation. And then we'll submit the video, and I'll show you what it looks like on the student and the teacher side. So if we click on complete, we are brought back to the student dashboard, and you're going to notice now, instead of the video being posted right away, it says that the video has been submitted and that the video will be hidden until it is approved by an educator. So that's the message that the student would receive. On the teacher side, we come over here and we come up to the top and we refresh our web page. You will see underneath this topic, there are now two responses. One response that's active, that was the first one, and then the second response, which is hidden. You can go ahead, if you know the video is okay, and click on the drop-down arrow and switch it over to active, and then the video would immediately become visible. I recommend that you click here first, and the video will be brought up. It will play automatically. This is just a quick test of the video. Okay, once the video is done playing, you have some options over here. You could record yourself and give them some video feedback, and they would see you in a video feedback kind of feed that they would get. You can just use the grading rubric that we created earlier with ideas and performance and kind of give it a number for each one. We'll go in and do that so that maybe you can see what that looks like. You can add some detailed comments for the student to see. You can also come up here and click on edit. So let's say the student created a very good video, but they inappropriately or improperly named the video. Maybe they named it the wrong person on their display name. Maybe they didn't put the first name, last initial, follow your directions. Maybe the title wasn't correct. You are able to come in here and do any kind of editing that you would like in this area, and then you can click update, and that would update the student's response that they filled out. You also have the option over here where it says Vibe at the very top. Vibes are featured educator comments that's seen by all students. So all students that see the video will see the vibe. So vibes appear at the top of the video right here where it says leave a vibe. And you might want to put something like the word awesome. Like if you thought the video was great with an exclamation, that would appear there. So you have that option as well. I'm going to update the response, and you'll see that awesome is on the video now. Over here, you have the option to do some other more advanced options, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but you do have the option to delete the response. If you wanted to get rid of the response altogether, you could delete it right there as well. Once you're done with your feedback and you're satisfied that the video is okay, you can simply come over here and hit the X, and you'll notice now, well, I didn't make it active, it's still hidden. So if I come over here, I can just click active, and the video is now active. I've reviewed it, and the feedback that I gave it a score. I just randomly selected, it was 5 out of 10. That would be there as well. Now on the student side, if I come back over here and I do a refresh, let's see what that looks like. And if we scroll down, okay, great. Now the video is not in a waiting mode. It does come up here. It has the little comment, the awesome. The student also can click on the video.
This is just a quick
watch
test
the video
of the video.
again. Now, if you want the student to see the score that they received, if you were using this in a class and you wanted them to see a particular score, they would have to activate their account. And the easiest way that they would do that is they would come up here to where their name is, and they would click on My Flipgrid, and it would ask them to log in, and they would just log in with Google, and it would come up with their grids. And if they came over here and they clicked on their grid right here,
this is just a quick test.
You can see right at the bottom, the educator feedback is there, the ideas and performance, and any comments that you would have left would be there as well. So they will only get that when they access their own private Flipgrid. They will not get that on the large scale grid here where they're posting their videos. So that's available under their account. For Field Day and for Spirit Week, they don't necessarily need their own accounts. They don't need to do that. But this would be if they were doing it in their particular class. So now that I've shown you the difference between moderated and unmoderated, let's go back to on the educator side and take a look at our grids, our Field Day grids over here, our Spirit Week grids. So if we come down to the Monday grid, which is LFCMS Spirit Week, that's the main grid. And then underneath, we have all of our homerooms, which are listed as topics. This is the way we decided to organize it so that all students can see each other's posts. You are only going to be responsible for tallying underneath your particular homeroom or your particular team. So when we click on this post, this topic, you'll see that it's for this homeroom, and the directions are right here. And if we scroll down, you'll see right now it says 0 responses, but this is where you would come to see how many people had responded. You could watch the videos, and you can moderate the videos here and make sure that they become active. They go from, the hidden state to the active state, and then decide and fill in, decide how many videos count, how many of them met the instructions, the requirements, and then do that tally. And then I'm assuming that you will be given a spreadsheet where you can put the results, the number of students who participated, and give them the appropriate amount of points. I'm not sure how that will work, but this is where you would view the responses. So what I'm going to do is I'll go on as a student. I'm going to share. So the way we're going to share it is we're not going to share the individual class codes this way. What we can do is we can share the entire grid code, which is right here for Monday, okay, LFCMS Spirit Week 1. So that's day 1. And we're going to come up here and share the entire grid to Google Classroom to all the homerooms at once. I'm not really going to share them to the homerooms. I'll share them to a sample class, but this is what we would do. So we would come up here, hit share. We would click on share to Google Classroom. And we would come down here and go to the Google Classroom and choose make an announcement or an assignment. I'm going to assume that it will be an announcement. It might be an assignment though, and then click go. And then right here, we're going to write down the directions, which I've copied and pasted from the grid itself. So this is day 1 of Spirit Week is here. Please follow the link below and then click on your homeroom and post your response to the following. So then we have the instructions, show your Pride Day, Monday, choose one of the following activities, and all the activities are listed. Make sure you only post to your homeroom. And then down here is the link to the large scale, the Monday grid for Lewis F. Cole Middle School's Spirit Week. Over here, we could come and schedule the post. That would only be if we were doing individual, so we would probably not be able to schedule it because then we would have to go in for each one. So we'll probably just post it that morning. And then finally, we would just click on post. So let's take a look at what that looks like in the classroom. And this is from the teacher side. So here's the post. I'm now going to jump over on the student side so you can see what that looks like. And we can follow the link and we'll submit a response, and I'll show you how you can moderate that response. So here's the post. Day 1 of Spirit Week is here. Here are the directions. And here's the link. And it says make sure you only post. The students would click on that link. They would have to log in with their account. Login successful. Here's what it looks like. So they are going to see all of the topics. Right here, you'll see it says 20 topics. They are going to have to click on the correct topic, meaning they will have to click on the right homeroom. I will be creating a video for students as well and showing them how to view all of the topics. So it comes up with the instructions, and then all of the topics are listed one by one, and they will just go to their homeroom, whatever their homeroom is. So I'm just going to click on this one for now. They will come down to the bottom. They will click on moderated. The camera will load. They will click on the record button. It will count down. They will quickly do whatever they need to do if they're doing it via video, if they're showing a picture of something that they may have written, or if they are going to be uploading any content, they will get an opportunity to do that. They can pause. They can add sticky notes, stickers. Remember we talked about the stickers over the face if they want to hide themselves. It's pretty easy to do. They can resume their video recording. It'll keep going. Then they'll click on next when they're all finished. They can select the clip. They will quickly do whatever they can edit the clip. Need to do if they're doing. They can go back and add more video if they need to add more video. They can, over here, download. So if we click, it will download the video and save a copy of the video. Then they can go next. This is where they're going to get the selfie. And they can also come over here and add the photo sticker, the board, a drawing. Over here, they can select a frame. I don't think I showed you this before. So if we would like to pick a certain spot, let's see what that is. Kind of move it around so my eyes aren't closed. We'll just do that one. And then here, snap a selfie, import, or they can import an image. They have the option to import the image. Then they can click next. They can add their stickies to that. Then they can click next again. And then this is where they would name it. And they can put their link. Now the link is the optional link where they can link to a Google Doc. So I did not show you that before. Once they've entered that in there, they're going to click on, let's see, submit video, and they will get their congratulations, and then they can click complete. And then once again, it remains hidden because it is a moderated video grid and topic that we have. And then I'm going to come over here on the teacher side and take a look at the teacher side of this. So you can see what that looks like. And then if we come in here, there should be one response. There it is from Lewis Cole. And if we click on it,
They will quickly do whatever they need to do if they're doing it via video.
Okay, so there's the sample right there. And then the teacher can leave any feedback, or if he or she clicks on the edit button, they can leave that vibe right up here. Type in a vibe, whatever you want to say. Great job. Down here is the link that the student included. If they copy that and paste that, they can go to the link and view the additional material that the student decided to include. They can update the response to include the vibe. And then of course, once they're finished, they can click on active so that now the video is able to be seen by everybody. Click updated, and then come over here and click on the X. And now that has been added. And from the student's point of view, let's go over here to the student point of view and refresh. And the video should show up in the grid. Okay, let's go down. And there is the video right there, the great job video. And if they want, so now if people who are viewing the video, they'll click on it, other students in the grid.
They will quickly do whatever they need to do if they're doing it via video.
They can add, right here is a reply if you've allowed replies, which obviously in this particular topic, the replies, video replies or chat replies, if we click on it, are allowed. You can see right there, reply is allowed. And then that
They will
attachment,
quickly do whatever.
where did that attachment go, that PDF file? So the attachment is right over here, and it does say view link right here, and right below it, you click on it. There's the educator's guide, the one that I attached to that, the sample, and it is viewable right there. So that's how a student can kind of snap a picture. It could be a picture of some kind of artwork, and then if they have additional information, a link, something, a Google Doc, a PowerPoint slide, a drawing, a poem that they've written, anything that they've done, because a lot of what we're doing during, I know, Spirit Week does not necessarily require them to take a video of themselves if they do not want to. And I believe the same will be during Field Week as well, where they'll have options to participate, especially if they feel apprehensive. So after that, and that's pretty much it. That's your responsibility. I mean, what you're going to be doing is basically coming in as the teacher and going to your particular grid and just approving any videos that are in there, that show up in there. So if I head back over to the teacher side over here, you're going to go to Monday and you're going to come over to the 20 topics right down here and go down to your homeroom and come down here, and you will see the videos that have been posted. You'll click on them. If they're good, you'll change them from hidden to active, and then you'll just add up how many videos are here and you'll put it in your tally sheet. Very simple for Field Day, very simple for Spirit Week. Very, very simple. I will be doing a Q&A probably either Thursday or Friday of this week. And anybody who wants to come, I'll go through all of this live and answer any questions that you might have. You can also email me if you have any specific questions going forward after you play around with it. You should look for, if you haven't already received an invitation to be a co-pilot in the particular topic / grid for Flipgrid. I know in the middle school, Jillian already sent out, I believe, invites for co-pilots prior to this video being created. And in the intermediate school, you should be receiving your co-pilot invite very, very soon so that you can keep the tallies going throughout the 2 weeks. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. Let me just go back to the main page. I think we talked about creating a grid, and then underneath that grid, the only thing I might not have done was add new topics specifically. We kind of added a new topic, but we didn't formally do it. We kind of modified a topic. So you would just click on that red Add New Topic button, type a title in, type your directions. I went through all of these, decide if you want it moderated, update a picture, and then you would click a topic. I mean, it's very, very optional and then very, very easy to do. Down here, you can add attachments and all of those things. I went through all of these things with you when we edited the topic, but I didn't officially click on the add topic, but that's how you would do it. You would simply come down here. This would be a grid. That would be the larger one if you're doing a class. And then once you've done your class, you would come under and add topic, and you can have as many topics as you want underneath a class. As you can see, for field day, we have tons of topics underneath each grid, 20 in the middle school and 14 in the intermediate school. So as I was saying, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask.